Yeah, good evening all. Right. So in the last class, just I discussed about Python software foundation, Python versions, right? Yeah, one second. Okay, Python versions were discussed in the last class, Python installation, Python execution modes, two modes of execution, right? So interactive mode, here can directly type Python statements and user can easily interact with Python statement by statement, right? Batch mode, here we write batch of statements within the editor's IDs and save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python. What are the various editors where we can write the Python code? What are the various editors where we can write Notepad, Edit Plus, VI, and Nano? Various IDEs, right? PyCharm, PyDev, Commodore, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, and VS Code, right? Yes, PyCharm is the mostly used. I'll be showing you how to download and how to install all these IDs. PyCharm is the mostly used. I'll show like hotkey with Jupyter Notebook, Spider, Eclipse, VS Code, all this, right? Yes. Developing the first Python application, right? Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application using a editor, example like Notepad, right? Using a editor, example like Notepad. Okay, open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Open Notepad, right? Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. So up to now we didn't discuss anything about Python, right? Anything about Python, right? X value is 10, X is 10, Y is 5. Print X plus Y. Okay, just give Y equal to 20, X is 10, Y is 20. Perform some kind of arithmetic operations, right? Print X plus Y, X minus Y. Print X into Y, print X by Y. X plus Y, X minus Y, X into Y, X by Y, right? Print X by Y. Okay, just I'll copy this to a separate notepad file, right? I'll copy this to a separate notepad file. Okay, just open this notepad, open notepad, right? And type the statements. Control V. X is 10, Y is 20, X plus 5. I'll save this, right? Save it. Python 6. Okay. I'm creating a folder with the name Python 6 p.m. right? Yes. Python 6 p.m. right? A folder I'm creating within that I'm saving, right? Sample1 dot py, sample1 dot py, right? Yes. Okay. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So here now writing here, save as sample1 dot py and later submit to Python. Later submit to Python, right? Later submit to Python as. How to submit to Python, right? Later submit to Python as. Go to this command prompt, cmd, yes, cmd you can say, and just type this. Okay. cd slash, okay, otherwise just say Python, just say Python and don't say enter, just give the path where this file is available. C slash Python 6 p.m. right? Python 6 p.m. Within that sample1 dot py, sample1 dot py, just 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. If you just observe this, giving the entire path, the file name, in which folder, in which drive, right? Submitting to Python. Okay, this is what submitting the entire file path to Python. Control C. Okay, suggest. But here, what is your observation? But here, we are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place, right? But here we are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. We are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, right? Integrated Development Running Environment. Which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute. We can write and at the same place. So we can write and execute at the same place. Write and execute at the same place. We have ideally, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. How to open this ideally? And okay. So just to go to the start programs, check where your Python is available. Here, right? So Python 3.11, right? Within this Python 3.11, just click this ideally. You will get this Python shell gets open, right? File, new file. New file you need to say, right? If you want to work with batch mode. And you can just type the statements here. X as 10, Y as 5, print X plus Y, print X minus Y, X into Y, print X by Y, right? X plus Y, X minus Y, X into Y, X by Y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Save it. Yes. File, save. Python 6 p.m., right? sample2.py. Yes. Run module. Here only, see here itself we are writing the code. Here itself we are executing the code, right? Here itself we are writing, here itself we are executing the code, right? Yes. Yes, just run module. Check this, right? Yes. Understood, right, everyone? Yes. 10 plus 5, 10 minus 5, 10 into 5, 10 by 5. Okay. So this how to run the code within this editors and interactive mode, and with this batch mode, how to run within the editor. Later, I discussed how to run the Python code within the IDEs, integrated development environment. Once we are done with a little bit of technical content, right? Yes. Fine. So next, I'll be just entering into this technicals, right? Yes. Python data types and variables, right? Python data types and variables. Every organization, right, has got data and operation. Every organization, right, has got data and operations. Has got data and operations. Data represented using data represented, right? Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions, right? Yes. Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Any organization, it has got data and operations, right? We take the example of a bank consisting of customers, employees, their customer details, name, account number, address, balance, everything using data types or variables. Later we discuss about functions. Now observe this, discussing about this data types. Data types, right? Discussing about the data types. If I compare C, C++, and Java with Python, C, C++, Java with Python, right? Yes. Just 1 second. Give me a second. Every organization has got data and operations, data represented using data types. So just I was discussing, right? If you, yes. Just observe this. Right? C++, Java with Python, right? Yes. So Python supports dynamic data types. Python supports dynamic data type, right? Python supports that. So in other programming language, if you say like X has 10, Y has 4.5, Z as a string like hello, right? So compulsory we need to define the data type int or float or string, right? Int or float or string. Okay, compulsory, this data type defining is compulsory. But in Python, no need to define directly. We can say x as 10, y as 4.5, z as hello, right? Yes, no need to define all this. Okay. What kind of variable x is here? What kind of variable x is means based on the data type defining, you are saying it as integer based on this float y. So as you are defining this data type float, right? It is float type, it is string type. And z, string z, right? X has 10, y has 4.5, z has hello, right? So here, what kind of variable x means what value you have assigned to it? What kind of variable y is means what value you have assigned to it? So you assign integer value, so it will be integer type. As you was assigned float value, it will be float type. As you assigned string value to it, it will be string type. So there is a function type, right? Type of x is int. Why it is integer? Because you assigned an integer value. Type of y is float, right? What type it is? Float. Type of z, it is string type, right? Yes. What kind of variable? Type of x, type of y, type of z. Type of x, integer. Type of y, float. Type of z. Based upon what value or assigning, based on the value assigned, the variables are created automatically. So now I'm going to make you understand by taking 4 cases, right? Observe these 4 cases, everyone, right? So here, that's why we call dynamic data types, right? Based upon what value you have assigned. If you're assigning integer value, integer type, float value, float type. So case one, defining a variable and defining a variable, right? Yes. X equal to 10, one object is going to get created with value 10, right? Observe carefully. Whenever you say x equal to 10, an object is going to get created with value 10. It is going to have some address. The address is given to x. Here, what x is storing? What x is storing? Yes. What x is storing means, don't say x is storing a 10. X stores this address. 3 things you need to understand here. Print x means what? It goes to this address, prints whatever present at that address, prints the content at that address, prints the content at that address. What is the content at that address? 10. It is going to print 10. Next, print id of x. Print x means prints the content at that address, that is 10. ID of X means prints the address. Type, there is one more function called ID is one function. Type of X is what type?
Integer.
Prints the data type, right? Prints the data type of X. What type it is? Integer type. Yes. Yeah, finished, right? Yes. Case one, printing the content, printing the address, and printing the type, right? Yes. Now observe this case two, right? Observe this case two. Now here everyone try to respond. You can unmute yourself, right? Everyone, you can unmute yourself and you can just give your response, right? Yes, I want the sessions to be interactive, right? X value 10, Y value is 20. X is 10, Y is 20. How many objects are going to get created here? How many objects will be created here?
Only one.
Two objects.
Only one.
For 10, one object, for 21 more object, right? Two objects gets created
Good.
with two different addresses, 104080. This address is given to X, this address is given to Y. Print X. Print X equal to, what is that? Try to answer. Everyone. Print X, what is the value?
030.
So if you got some background noise, right? I'm muting all. If you have got, yes. If you got some background noise, you can just give a response to the chat. Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and you can give the response, right? What is print X? Everyone. 10. Print ID of X.
103070.
103070.
Address of X.
Type of X.
Integer.
Integer, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Print Y.
Print Y20.
20. ID of Y.
104080.
104080.
0.
Type of Y.
Int.
Integer type, right?
Yes,
Two
sir.
different variables with two different values, then two different objects gets created with two different
Addresses.
addresses. Two different variables with two different values, then two different objects with two different addresses, right? Understood, right, everyone?
Yeah, understood.
Just give me a second. Tomorrow Saturday. Tomorrow Saturday we will have 2 hours class. Okay, sorry. Yes. So understood, right? Two different variables with two different values, two different objects with two different addresses. Next, case 3, observe, right? Yes, case 3. X value is 10, Y value is 10. Now try to answer it. Everyone try to respond. X is 10, Y is 10. How many objects?
2.
Everyone.
2 objects.
Observe carefully. Here only one object. This you understood. Before creating object for Y, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Before creating object for Y, it checks any object with value 10 is already available. If available, the same address will be given. X is 10, Y is 10. So before creating object for Y, it checks any object with value 10 is already available. If available, the same address will be given, right? Okay, for example, X is 10, Y is 10, Z is 10. How many objects are created? How many objects are created? 3 or 1?
1.
1.
Okay. X value 10, Y value 10, only one object, right? Okay. But if X value is 10, Y is 20, Z is 30, how many objects, right? If X is 10, Y is 20, Z is 30, how many objects are created?
3.
3 objects, right? Yes, 3 objects. Now, okay. Here x is 10, y is 10, only one object, only one address. This x, y, and z, they will share the same content and the address. They are sharing the same content and the address. Print x, print y, z. All these three are same, right?
That is 10.
Print id of x, id of y, and id of z. Be in mute. I'm getting sounds from you, right? 103070, right? Yes. Type of x, type of x, type of y, type of z, right? Type of z. Same integer type only, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Case 3. Now observe this case 4. Case 4, right? X is 10. And x is 20. X only, right? X is 10, x is 20. How many objects are created? Everyone try to answer.
2. 2 objects are created.
Two objects gets created. For 10, one object gets created with value 10 with some address. That address given to x. X equal to 20, one more object gets created with some address. This address given to x. Okay, fine. Now print x. If I say what is the x value it prints, everyone try to answer what is the x value it prints.
10.
10, right?
20.
Yes, sir.
X 10 or 20?
10, sir.
20 it prints. 20. Always the latest value it is going to print. Always the latest value it is going to print, right? This value is going to be removed. This value is going to get removed, right? Yes. Understood all these 4 cases, right? What happens internally whenever we define some values? Defining case 1, x is 10, print x Then print ID of X and type of X is integer type. Case 2 you can observe, right? Case 2. Print X, address of X, type of X. Print Y, address of Y and type of Y. Two different variables, two different values, two different objects, two different addresses. Next, observe this, right? Okay, case 3, right? 10, 10, 10. If the contents are same, only one object, one address. Now, case 4. If X and X2 same variable names. Okay, fine. Now observe. Data types. Data types are of two types. Two types. Fundamental data types. I'll extend for half an hour more, right? Fundamental data types and collection data types. Object to holding single value. What is that? Object to holding single value. Fundamental data types means object holding single value. X value 10 means one object created with value 10. It's going to have some address. The address is given to X. Object holding single value, right? Collection data types. Object holding group of values. Object holding group of values. Example 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Here multiple values, 5 values. For this also one object gets created with, okay, 5 objects will be created, right? Sorry. 5 values are stored. Object holding multiple values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Object to holding the address is given to X. Object holding single value and object holding group of values. Fundamental data types. Fundamental data types, right? How many types? 5 types. Mainly are of 5 types. Integer, float, Boolean, string, complex. Integer, nothing but age 25, something in integer value, right? Float, nothing but height 6.2. Boolean means which gives either true or false, 0 or 1, right? String, right? City equal to Hyderabad. City equal to Hyderabad. Complex means x plus iy. In Python, we say instead of I, we use j, right? Jy. So this fundamental data types. Collection types. Collections. 4 types. List using square bracket. Example, x equal to list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuple. One, two, three, four, 5. List of values, tuple of values. Set, right? Yes. Curly bracket, example 10, 20, 30, 40, right? Set of values. Dictionary, right? Dictionary. Key and value, dictionary. List, tuple, set, and dictionary. Dictionary also curly key and value type, right? Key and value, curly bracket only. Name, Ajay. Age, 25. This is key, this is value. This is key and this is value. Key value representation. Name Ajay. Age 25. Age is 25. Okay, fine. Now coming to this, right? Whenever we install Python, you can go to the start programs. Check where your Python is available. Python 3.11. 3.11, right? You can see if we click this 3.11, ideally you can see, right? Ideally, file, new file. File, new file to work with the batch mode, right? Yes. Fundamental data types. X is 10, Y is 4.5. Z is hello, HELLO, right? P equal to true. X comma type of X. Type of X is integer type. Type of Y. X comma type of X, Y comma type of Y. Type of X is integer type, type of Y is float, type of Z is string. X comma type of X is integer, type of Y is float, type of Z is what? String type. Type of P is what type? Boolean type. W comma type of W. Okay. Type of X is what type? Integer. Type of Y is what type? Float. Type of Z string. Type of P Boolean. Type of W complex type. Okay, that's fine. Now next. Just I'll take 15 minutes more, right? Just I'll be discussing about input and output statements, right? Output function. Print, right? Print. I want to discuss something about print. It's a output function. Output function in Python. Output function in Python, right? Output function in Python. First, X value is 10, right? Y value is 20. Try to say print X comma Y. What is output you get? Ten space 20, right? Yes. But I want 10 comma 20 as the output. I want the output as 10 comma 20. How can you do this, right? 10 comma 20. Anyone? Print X comma 1 comma Y. X means 10. Y means 20. Between these two, 1 comma should be printed, right? Yes. Run module. What is the output? 10 10 space comma space 20. But here also 10 space comma space 20 you are getting. 10 space comma space 20. But I want 10 comma 20 means you can just go with separators. X comma y, what separator you want between this? Separator equal to comma separated, right? Comma separated. Just observe this output 10 comma 20 you get. Any kind of separator you can use. 10 comma 20. X comma y comma separator equal to space you can get. Okay, x comma y separator equal to slash t you can see, right? Print x comma y, what separator you want between these two? I want separator, right? Colon, right? Yes. X comma y comma separator, any kind of separator you can allow, right? Yes. Observe these outputs. Then space 20 you are getting. 10 comma 20. 10 space 20. 10 tab 20. 10 colon 20. 10 gives 20. Any kind of separators can be used. Can I do like this? A value 10 comma instead of B value 20. C value 30. Is it valid, everyone? A value 10, B value 20, C value 30. Can I define this 3 within a single line in this way? Is it valid or not?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, it gives error, right? It gives error whenever you want to define multiple Python statements. It gives error here. Control S. Run module, right? What it is saying? Invalid syntax. Okay, instead of this, right, we can give semicolon. Instead of this, we can give semicolon. Yes. And one more thing, right? Tomorrow the link will be changed. Tomorrow we'll have a session, right? Tomorrow there will be a session at 7 p.m. From tomorrow, right? The class will be at 7 p.m. That is tomorrow, Saturday. This week we'll be having Saturday also. And the link will be changing. You need to get enrolled, right? So you can see the payment details, procedures, everything in the chart panel.
Okay.
Also that.
Actually, yesterday I'm not attend the yesterday meeting. Is there any record session?
You can see in the chart panel, right? Demo videos as given. STS
Okay.
video also will be available. Course
Okay.
content is given. Demo videos link is given. And the
Oh,
payment details plus everything is available, right? In that chart. You can just copy it. Okay, fine. So here just observe this. If you give semicolon, it works. Where we can use semicolon in Python means if you want multiple Python statements, right? You can use semicolon, multiple Python statements, A, B, C. Now it won't give any error, right? So now you can say like print A, print B, print C. Print A, print B, print C. Print A, print B, and print C, right? It won't give any error. So do you think that print A, print B, print C, they are printed? Do you think they are printed in the same line? No. Print A and goes to the next line. Print B and goes to the next line. Print C and goes to the next line. Here every print prints and goes to the next line, right? Yes. Observe this output once. Run module. Prints and goes to the next line. Prints and goes to the next line. For example, empty print is there. Without printing, it can go print means one line gap. You will get one line gap. It won't print anything, but control goes to next line in this way. Observe this two line gaps. Print slash and means for print one line gap, slash and one more line, right? Two lines. Now observe this output, right? Print a good. Print evening, right? Print evening. Good and evening, right? What is the output you get? Print good in one line, print evening in another line. Good in one line, prints
no.
evening in another line, right? Two different lines. But I want the output in a single line. I want the output in the single line, right? If 10 print statements are there, 10 print statements prints in 10 lines. But I want the output in the same line. I want to print means at the end of the first line, just say comma, end equal to space. Using space, you want to combine both. Using space, you want to combine both, right? Yes. Otherwise, any other example, right? End equal to slash t, you can using slash t, you can attach. Using slash t, you can go, right? Yes. Good space, even tab space, evening. If it doesn't want anything, right? Just observe this. Don't give any spaces or tab spaces. Good evening as a single word. Print. For example, I got 3 lines like this. three print statements output in the single line. Now what is the output you get? Printer. Now try to say what will be the output you get. Hyderabad. Everyone.
Good evening. And next line Hyderabad.
Yeah, good evening in one line, Hyderabad in different line, right?
Next
If I want
line.
good evening Hyderabad as a single line, I want what I can do.
Evening.
The evening statement, comma end is equal to space.
Okay. Now after this evening, type comma and say end equal to space. Right? Yes. Run module. Right? Yes. Good space evening, good tab evening, good evening Hyderabad, right? Understood, right, everyone? Right, the behavior of the print statement. Yes. Just I'll take 2 minutes or 5 minutes more. Input for accepting input. From the keyboard, for accepting input from the keyboard, right? Yes. If name, input, enter the first name, enter the first name, L name, input, enter the last name, enter the last name, right? Enter the last name, enter the first name, enter the last name, right? Printf name plus L name. Okay, so enter the first name. Whatever you keep within the double quotes, that will be printed. Whatever you keep within the double quotes, right? Yes. Save it first. Run module, right? Yes. Enter the first name, enter the last name, Kumar. What is the output? Ajay Kumar, right? Yes. But I want space between Ajay and Kumar. You can say F name plus space plus L name. Otherwise, print F name comma L name. What separator you want between them? Space. That's it. Both will work same, right? Run module, right? Virat Kohli. Now check this. Both will giving the space, right, between the words. Okay. So more examples on this I'll be discussing in the tomorrow session, right? Yes. Tomorrow we'll have the class. From tomorrow you'll be having the class at 7 p.m. Tomorrow Saturday we'll have a class. Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And from Monday also it will be from 7 p.m. right? So get enrolled, right? So tomorrow the link will be changing. So try to get enrolled and See, don't forget to send the screenshot to DURGASOFT online training at gmail.com. They have provided it. Then only you'll be getting the link. Otherwise, they won't be forwarding the link. Payment process, procedure, course content in brief, in depth, right? Only Python, it is 5,000. Python core advanced and application oriented. But if you want total full stack Python, core Python, advanced Python, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and Django and project, right? Yes. Course content also given in the chart panel. Once if you want to check. Yes.
So classes are started or this is demo class? Right?
So tomorrow we'll be continuing with this input statement, right? From tomorrow we'll be continuing from this input function. Okay, those once again I'll show you the course content, right? Once again I'll show. So okay, and check it in. Durga Software Solutions. One second. Check it, right? Python basics, Python operations, Python operators in Python, IDEs, flow control statements, looping, strings, collections, Python lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, modules in Python, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, regular expressions, database access, Python data and time, operating system, advanced concepts, iterator generator, process decorators, graphical GUI programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, some models and Pandas model, NumPy model, Matplotlib model, right? And the Django frameworks installation, the Django views, templates, admin models, and UI. Before that, Django only I'll be discussing this UI like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and MySQL, right? Yes. So in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about all this, right? Fine. Every day, the video will be shared. You'll be getting the soft copy of the notes, and a WhatsApp group will be created for technical discussion, right? If you got any error, you can place that error in the chart, right? Yes.
So these classes are started or this is demo class, sir?
Today we have started the classes, right? Technicals.
Yeah, okay.
From today it was started. From tomorrow it continues.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
And for tomorrow's session, you need to, the link will be changing. You need to get enrolled, right? Yes. Okay, fine. Any other queries, right? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the evening. So
Yeah.
you can check your to your mail IDs. You'll be getting the link, right? And you can also make a note of this online team, right? The people.
Okay.
Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.
Thank you.